Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Let's Talk CFL podcast, episode number 624. I'm your host, Christopher Jones. We got a full panel of players tonight. We're not quite the Brady Bunch, as Charles says, but we're getting there. Hey, what's going on? We're at week 18 already. Fuck, the CFL season's over with. We're going to have to really pick up our socks in the off season and create some great content for you guys. And that's what we're going to do. We'll probably end up discussing more of these fucking stupid changes, the rule changes that our imbecile commissioner Stuart Johnson brought in. I mean, we all thought Randy Ambrosie was the worst fucking commissioner ever, right? And Stu Johnson comes in here, and what does he do? Hold my beer. I'm gonna one up Randy. I mean, honestly, Randy didn't do anything in his 10 years except for CFL 2.0, which really didn't happen. So he didn't fuck anything up. He just didn't do anything good. So I don't know. This is just an amazing disaster. Anyhow, let's introduce the panel. I'm going to go around the board on my circle, and I know it's different on everybody's, but to my right is Michael Dennis. Mike's from Portland, Oregon, and is an Edmonton Elks fan for some dumbass reason. Mike, welcome to the show, buddy. How you doing?
I am doing awesome.
I'm never going to forgive you for that one. I'm never going to let you off the hook, okay?
I know that.
You know that. Okay,
I do know that. It was a good week, especially last week. The Edmonton Elks showed you why Cody Fajardo is still a player and can compete in this league. And that maybe, just maybe, he could be the MOP someday.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know what else to say to that. Someday soon. Maybe in some arena league or something.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe on
Will
Madden,
McDonald, welcome 25. To the program, Will. How are you?
I am good. You know, I've been experiencing Groundhog Day this week because I go outside and I take the leaves off my lawn and I turn around and the leaves are back again. So I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Okay. I was just going to mention to Mike, don't take it to heart. Christopher knows for a fact that you are the best looking Edmonton Elks fan we've ever had on this show. Okay.
Thank you. Well,
we've only had two.
I know that.
And she wasn't sober.
That's my point.
Okay. And his little brother, no big brother, older brother, littler brother. I don't know. Which one's actually bigger? Rick McDonald, how you doing, buddy?
Older and littler.
Older and uglier.
Older and littler. And smaller.
I don't know. You're both kind of scary looking.
I probably got him by 100 pounds now. So,
okay. Rick, welcome to the show, buddy.
That's true. Thank you. Happy to be here. It looks like another week of football coming up. I got to throw in here also, Mike, Cody Fajardo will be the MOP the day that CJ changes his opinion on anything.
So that's never.
I do change my opinion on things, Rick. I do.
You do not.
Yeah, I do. I can.
I've known you for 10 years. Never. Oh, the only thing you've changed your opinion on is you think Bo Levi Mitchell is the greatest quarterback the CFL has ever seen because you used to pick on him all the time. So
I used to pick on Bo. So there you go. My opinion of Bo Levi has changed.
Yeah.
Has it not?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so my opinion can change if I'm given enough evidence to prove that I was wrong or incorrect or the situation has changed, because that's really what's happening.
I just haven't figured out you didn't like him when he was winning Grey Cups, and now you like him and he's not winning Grey Cups. I just don't,
because he's actually playing football now.
I just don't get that, but whatever.
Because he wasn't playing football in Calgary. He was sitting back there in his lawn chair with a cooler of beer while his O-line protected him. And then he got up once in a while and threw the ball.
That's what most quarterbacks do.
No, that's what most quarterbacks want to do.
Most great quarterbacks do it. Look at Anthony Calvillo. That's what he used to do.
Anthony Calvillo. you said great quarterbacks. You can't use that in the same sentence with Anthony Calvillo. Okay? Scott Morledge, how are you,
Yes.
sir? You're in
I'm doing
what kind of shit town are you in anyhow in Saskatchewan? Regina? You're actually in Regina?
Yeah.
On purpose?
Well, I was born here, so yeah.
Okay. There you go.
So not his fault.
Yeah.
Well, it is. He's old enough to have moved.
Well, I did move to Red Deer, but then I moved back.
Okay. Well,
I could understand why you would.
yeah. Well, Red Deer, Regina, you know.
Red Deer is the place you stop on the way to Edmonton to get a cup of coffee. That's it.
Pretty well.
There's a few Timmys there.
Well, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Every
Okay.
block.
And in the bottom corner, right below me there, that in the Paul Lynn Square. No, sorry. Charles Cliff, how are you doing?
Nothing like saving the best to last. But no, I'm just kidding. I'm doing well here in Abbotsford. Just sitting here. I don't have my background on tonight because it's no longer the sun shining through my window like it used to do. So that's a plus.
Yes, it is getting dark now.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Actually, you know, Charles, you did say that, you know, we're 3 short of being the Brady Bunch, but we're also 3 short of being Hollywood Squares.
That's true too.
Does it
Which was
work
a
that
better
way?
show than the
Can you
80s
look
Brady
down,
Bunch.
CJ? CJ, look down. Rick, look up.
Oh, see, Rick's not below me.
Just like the Brady Bunch.
See, on the right side of my screen, I got Will and Rick. Mike's in the top, Scott's in the middle at the bottom, and Charles is below me over on the left. Now, I know that they're all different because when we go and post it on YouTube, they're all fucking everywhere else.
Yep.
So I don't know where it goes or how it goes. You would think that they, being the guy who's paying for the teams program and the guy who starts it and the guy who that screen would be the same one, but no, that's not how it works. No, it doesn't. Okay, we're gonna start talking about football from last week, which was week 17. We had 4 games. Rick, try not to talk with your hands so much in front of your face tonight, okay?
I promise.
No, you don't. Okay, the first game up was the Calgary Stampeders were in Montreal to play the Alouettes. And this was a very interesting game. It did not go the way that I had thought it would. I did pick Montreal to win, but I really thought it was going to be a really tight, close game, and it was anything but. So, William, you want to talk about your Calgary Stampeders?
I don't really have to talk about the game. The Stampeders weren't good enough. Pretty simple.
They weren't. Their defense, I think they were cardboard replicas.
What really excites me about that game and what I noticed in that game was Montreal's quarterback, of course. He reminds me, and this is a hockey reference. Maybe most of you won't catch it, but he reminds me of Alexander Ovechkin. He loves to play football. He absolutely loves to be out there, and you can see the joy in his body and his face, just like Alexander Ovechkin. I've always thought that about him. So I think Montreal is going to go a long way, especially if he's not hurt.
Yes.
And Calgary didn't have a hope in hell. Once again, their defense didn't show up. I was impressed. I was impressed with Vernon Adams' run for a touchdown. That was really impressive. And I thought after he ran for that touchdown, it would take him over the top and he would be all enthusiastic, but I didn't see that at all. So
no, it was a very lackluster performance by all facets of the Calgary Stampeders.
I agree.
Okay. So this game ended up 38-20 for the Montreal Alouettes over the Calgary Stampeders. Total score was 58 points. William and Rick took the Calgary Stampeders to win, so you guys ended up a little short on this one. Everybody else grabbed 100 points, picking Montreal. Charles, you grabbed an extra 16. Will, 32. CJ got 34. Rick, 40. Sparky, 32. Mike, 26. And Scott fucking nailed it again. 50 points. You know, he is the only person that started off with this. He's picked 8 straight games correctly. And I think 3 of them were nailed the scores bang on. So I
He
don't know,
got the
man.
Davis Alexander streak going.
I think we should just.
he's
I
got-
think we should all just quit, and Scott should just take over the podcast.
Because he's a
We're not
football
worthy.
god. I mean, like shit.
We're not
Well,
worthy.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
he was only perfect because I let him have my 58.
True that.
That's true. That was Rick's 58 points, so it should have been his.
Oh well.
In fact, I think Sparky should give Rick an extra 10 points just cause.
Fuck that. Ricky said okay. He could have fought it, and we probably would have
And
leaned
you know
to
what?
his
I was
side.
prepared to force the issue for him, and Rick said no. So
He got it. He got it
He's
first.
just
He got
he's
it first.
just ask my sisters. He's the nice McDonald, okay?
yeah, okay. So the second game was the on Friday night. It was the Toronto Argonauts went into BC to play the Lions at the Dome. It was a very good game. I enjoyed it. It was closer than I thought it would be. Was a little bit. Nathan Rourke was a little bit off in this game. He only threw for 250 yards or something like that. It was a good game. BC did dominate it for the most part, but it wasn't one of the most standout performances that they've had as of late. Charles, you were at the game. You make a little couple of comments here, and we'll wrap it.
Yep. Offensively, it was not the Lions' best game. I think defensively, it may have been their best game of the year. This is the first time I believe this year where you can say the defense won the game for the Lions. The Lions' offense was just a little bit out of step. They weren't terrible, but they weren't as good as they were, especially last week when they put 52 on Calgary. They were a bit out of sync. And this week, and that's going to happen to a team throughout the year. Your offense is not going to be going full guns ablaze in every single game. In those games where they're not, you need the defense to step up and
they did
take over that. They hadn't done that at all this year. Last week they did. They stopped Toronto when they needed to stop Toronto. They got the big turnover near the end of the game when they needed to have it. So very happy with the play of the defense, which is actually the Lions defense in the last month has been considerably improved from what they were earlier this season. So it was an exciting game. It was a game that was closer than I thought it was going to be, but it was a good game, and the good guys came out on top. So I'm not complaining.
Well, it's a lot better than the last Toronto game where they put up 56 points on us.
Well, so they turned it around by 30 some odd points. So that's not good. That's an accomplishment.
Defense did play a lot better.
Very much so.
Do you think TJ Lee had anything to do with that?
TJ Lee played extremely well in this game. I was a little wondering,
apprehensive?
Maybe he's past his best before date. I mean, he's not super old. He doesn't have an autographed copy of the Bible or anything like that. But I mean, he is older. He's up there. And I thought that, he inserted himself very well in that game. So I'm pleasantly surprised. Now, can he keep it up? We'll have to wait and see.
We will. Okay, so this was the BC Lions 27, Toronto Argonauts 22, total of 47 points. Everybody picked the BC Lions to win this game. So no surprises. Everybody got 100 points. Charles, you got 38. Will got 34. CJ had 32. Ricky got 24. Sparky got 40. Mike was 14. And, where's Scott? Scott got 26. Doesn't all fit on my screen. Got to move it. Okay, the third game, which was Saturday afternoon, was the Hamilton Tiger Cats into Winnipeg to play the Blue Bombers. And this game, who was surprised by this? I think everybody can put up their hand because it was definitely, oh, don't give me that shit, Rick.
I was not surprised that they won, but I was surprised that they won by that kind of a margin.
Yeah. It was an absolute mollywhopping of the Hamilton Tiger Cats. They did not show up to play football. I don't know what it was. It was embarrassing for the Ticats. And, for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers who have not played really well, almost all of this season. They just seemed to click, and even Brady Oliveira was getting the ball and running, and I don't know. It was a good game.
You know
For
what?
the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, it was a good game. It wasn't so good for Hamilton Ticats. They sucked.
You have to be really scared because Zach Collaros is still capable of having a game like that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay,
Sure
you
he
can
is.
depend on it all the time, but now not all the time, but he can come out like that and look out. Is all I'm
He
going to
is
say.
one of the most talented quarterbacks we have in the league right now, if not there.
Yep.
So, but he is older, so you don't know when it's going to happen. But when it does, oh my God, they click.
Yep.
Ricky, do you have anything to say about your team?
Well, it was finally a complete game in every facet of the game. They played pretty well. You barely got a hand on Claris the whole game. O-line did well. They opened holes for the run. And for the first time this season, we actually covered the deep pass. There was actually people back there with receivers not catching a ball in the open field. So can they do it again? Who the hell knows? But I'm optimistic.
Exactly.
Well defended.
They have not been playing consistent defense all season. So this was a good game. It was a total complete game for the Bombers, and they ended up with 40 points, and they kept the Ticats to a measly 3.
And one last thing, who was the most wide open receiver in that game?
Nick Dembski.
And how does that happen? How does that happen? I don't understand.
I think it's because he's a midget. It's got to be because he's so short.
You would think when they're game planning for this guy, there would be somebody on Nick Dembski all the time.
All the time.
Should be.
Yeah.
Zip tie him to his belt, do something.
Whatever. Yep.
How can Nick Dembski be that wide open all the time? Every game. I don't care what game it is. I don't care what team is playing for him. Every defensive coordinator misses him.
I mean, even
He's
when he
very
was
elusive.
in Saskatchewan, he was
the
that
same
open
way.
all the time too.
You got to give him some credit.
He's
He
talented.
did it. Okay, so this was Winnipeg 40, Hamilton 3. Total score 43. William and Rick and Sparky and Mike and Scott picked Winnipeg Blue Bombers. CJ and Charles, we went with Hamilton. It wasn't a good thing. Okay, so extra points for Charles is 16. Will got 26. CJ got 20. Rick with 12. Sparky and 28. Mike 30 and Scott 4. 4. Okay. And the last game, which was Saturday night, had the Saskatchewan Roughriders went into Edmonton to play the Elks at Commonwealth Stadium. And this game surprised everyone, some pleasantly, some not so. Definitely shocked a couple of us. But the Elks came out victorious. They played a very good game of football. And Saskatchewan, I don't know what the fuck happened to them. I think they went down to the Bahamas or something for a game of golf because they did not play football. For a team that is claiming that they're the best in the league, they sure did not show it on this night. It was not. It was not a. 3 games in a row now.
Well, 2 out of 3 anyways.
2 out of 3.
I don't know how people are putting them at the top of the power rankings. I don't get it. I don't get it. They haven't won since the Banjo Bowl. Scott, you want to talk about your team? Do that.
Yeah, they shit the bed. I mean, I called it. They had a chance to move themselves closer and getting the home playoffs and getting first place and everything like that. Notoriously, it doesn't matter who's coaching, who's playing, they shit the bed. I knew they were going to shit the bed. I'm actually quite surprised the score was as close as it was, to be perfectly honest. But defense didn't play, offense didn't play, and special teams didn't play. So, like you said, they were all golfing somewhere. So, hopefully they get a good.
They were off at every facet of the game, and the game was really close. So that just doesn't say much for Edmonton. But
you can see it everywhere.
We're going to let Mike address the Edmonton Elks victory here. Go ahead, Michael.
I would say that Edmonton the surprise for me the last 3 weeks is we've seen an improvement of the secondary, and we got 2 interceptions off of Harris last week. Our secondary is improving. We got production out of Rankin, and if we get production out of Rankin, we're going to win the game because that frees things up for Fajardo. Fajardo made 2 long passes that almost went for touchdowns. And I know that goes against your grain, but Fajardo does know how to play football, and he played it pretty well against Saskatchewan.
Laying on the carpet quite a bit in that game, wasn't he? About 5 sacks.
No, there was a few of them right in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
But
he was laying on the carpet quite a bit.
Yeah.
Which is typical for him.
Edmonton had extra incentive because of Mr. Thompson passing away, I think.
Yep.
And it was also a sellout crowd, was it not, Mike, in Edmonton? No.
It was yes.
Oh.
It was the first sellout of the year.
But they don't open it
in a scaled down stadium.
And the other thing is you cannot ever underestimate a team that has the MOP quarterback, of course, of the league playing, right? Right,
William.
Mike? Right, Mike?
Yep.
Just say yes, Mike.
Okay, so this was the Edmonton Elks 27, the Saskatchewan Roughriders 25. Any day the Riders lose is a good day. So total score was 52. Willie and Mike are the only ones that picked. Oh, no, Scott picked Edmonton too. That's right. And the rest of us went with the Rough Riders, and we were sadly disappointed. So, Charles, you picked up 50 points. You nailed the score. Willie, you're off by 1. You got 40 points. CJ got 38. Rick at 30. Sparky got 38 going the other way. Mike with 36 and Scott with 26. Okay, so how does this turn out? Like I said earlier, we'll get to that in a bit. So Mike and Scott both got 506 points for this week. Again, not a record, but it's definitely up there. I got 2 in the 400s, Sparky with 438 and Willie with 432, and then CJ at 3.25, Charles at 320, and Rick at 306. Got to stay at the bottom there, Rick. Way to go, buddy. Okay, so we're going on the year. We'll just forget about that. We'll just go over to the next thing here. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Sparky, you got them out of order. Hey, so the Let's Talk CFL Pick'em standings has Scott at a perfect 8-0, so he's got 100%. CJ Scott is at 41-25 for 6.621. Mike's down at 14-9 with a 0.609. Charles and Sparky are back at 40-26 with 0.606. Willie dropped back a bit, 39-27 for 0.591. And Rick's an even 33-33 at 500. You're the Kevin Glenn of our Pick'ems group here.
Ricky is consistent. Leave him alone.
He is consistent. So
Can't argue that.
Jumping into the CFL writers, Pat Steinberg is 41-25, which is the same as CJ. And the lowest one is 38-28, and that's Jamie Nye and Vicky Hall. So they're very, very, very close. They're only out by 3 games each in there. So we're right on the bunny. We're picking games just as consistent as the experts. So can we consider ourselves experts? Nah, don't want to do that. Okay. Our power rankings. This was a week of power rankings where we were not very consistent in our selections straight across the board. Okay. Usually we're pretty close. We've got the top 3 in a good area. We got the bottom 3 in a good area. The middle's kind of in there. We're just off the map charts this one. Charles and Rick had Saskatchewan up there. Everybody else had BC. So that's fairly consistent. Who didn't have BC at the top has BC at number 2, except for, and then Sparky, Will, and CJ put Montreal up in there. I don't know how anybody had Saskatchewan up that high. That was Charles and Rick both put the Riders up that high out of 3-game losing streak. I don't know.
They're not on a 3-game losing streak.
2 games.
Two game losing streak. But they got beat by Edmonton. Come on, like fucking Edmonton. That's got to be embarrassing.
Well, not when you're playing the MOP.
Yeah, right.
Don't pull your hair out, CJ. You don't have very much of it.
Tons of hair. I have too much hair.
I don't know.
Okay, so-
I don't know why you always pick on Edmonton.
Because he likes to.
You know they're a damn good football team, and you just can't admit it.
You know what?
They're only a damn
Mike?
good football team when they're playing Ottawa.
You know what, Mike? This year is the exception to the rule because last year and the year before, I picked on Edmonton relentlessly because they had CJ's favorite head coach coaching that team. So it wasn't CJ, it was me. And they couldn't do fuck nothing those last 2 years. And that was mainly
Scott,
because of their coach.
I have a question for you. This is for Scott. Okay.
Yeah.
When Chris Jones was the head coach and general manager of the Saskatchewan Roughriders, did that team not get better?
I'm not saying that he can't improve a team, but we don't know what he can do consistency-wise. I mean, there's so many.
He can lose consistently wise. That's what he can do.
We had one good year, and then it was flopped after that. So I mean, every wins something, and then he leaves. So can he do it consistently? He can do it, but consistently. That's my issue with Jones. We don't know if he can do it consistently.
And my reasoning is that why he's so. Are you frozen, CJ, or are you just not moving? No,
I think he's frozen.
Yeah, he is.
Oh yeah,
CJ, you're frozen.
Looks good on him.
I mean, I knew it was cold in there. I didn't think this quickly.
CJ. Anyways,
Turn to stone.
What I was gonna say.
Oh, there we go. We're back.
What I was gonna say
I'm back.
He broke the trend.
Is he doesn't have time in a year to screw. He doesn't have time in a year to screw up the team. That's why it always takes him to the second year before he screws it up, because then he brings in his own guys and it's just a disaster. Anyways.
I'm gonna close.
I didn't hear Scott's reply, so we're gonna stop this and we'll deal with it later.
Okay.
Okay.
Go
That'll
ahead.
be another discussion for an off-season topic.
Off-season topic. Okay, good. I like that. Okay, let's get over to Sparky here again. Our power ranking. So officially, Let's Talk CFL has BC number 1, Saskatchewan in second place, Montreal in third, Winnipeg, Calgary, Hamilton, Edmonton, Toronto, and Ottawa.
So it's
Everybody
not all that
had
different from
Ottawa
ours.
in. What's that?
The CFL .ca one is not all that different from ours. I just noticed.
No, they're not. It's very close. I just think Saskatchewan in second place is up too high. They should have been in third. I might even have put the Calgary higher.
No.
Actually, I did. I think I put. I went BC, Montreal, Winnipeg, Calgary, Saskatchewan in fifth. Hamilton, Toronto, Edmonton, Ottawa. So yeah, I did. But that's not how we all did. So be it. We move on. That's our collective group. We have 3 games this week. It's a double bye week for a couple of teams. So there's 3 teams out, 6 teams playing. Let's see who we got. Edmonton is on a bye. Montreal's on a bye, and Winnipeg is on a bye week. So we got Saskatchewan going into Ottawa. Jamie Nye has picked Saskatchewan. FanDuel has Saskatchewan by a measly 3.5 with an over-under of 53.5. CFL picked has got Saskatchewan at 90, Ottawa at 10. Sparky's calculator has Sparky has Saskatchewan at 53. CJ's going to take the 54. I'm going to take the Riders. Ottawa doesn't have a fucking hope in hell in this game. Even if Saskatchewan plays as shitty as they did last week, and Edmonton barely squeaked out a win, there's no way Ottawa can do that. It's not going to happen. So I'm going with Saskatchewan at 54. I'm going to let Rick go next just so that he doesn't lose his 58 to Scott.
Riders 58.
Riders 58. And why is that?
You said it all already, Chris. Nothing to add.
No. You got to come up with something cool and original and wonderful.
Remember,
and something
his
else.
last name is Toffer, Rick.
Ottawa sucks.
Yes. Okay, I could deal with that. Scotty, you next. Okay.
Yeah. I got Saskatchewan at 48. I think it's not going to be a hugely high scoring game, but in my opinion, it's an absolute must win for Saskatchewan. Must win.
Must win. Because they got a couple of tough games after this. They got Calgary and BC.
Yeah,
hopefully they're tough, but I mean, how can you not beat Ottawa?
Well,
Calgary can answer that question.
The one concern that I do have about the game is Ottawa is playing for nothing other than jobs, and those teams can be dangerous.
That's true. That's true.
So will it be?
They don't have a hope.
Will it be a blowout? No, it'll be close.
Oh, okay. Mike.
I don't think it's going to be a very good game because neither team is playing really well. But Ottawa's so bad that Saskatchewan's going to win. It's going to be Saskatchewan at 52.
You're taking the Riders at 52 points. Okay, Charles.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm saying this, and the Riders fans said it was going to be close, but this is not going to be close. Ottawa sucks. Well, just like Rick said, they're garbage. I'm sorry, they're just not a good football team. And I know Saskatchewan is struggling right now, but come on, Saskatchewan still has the best record in the CFL. Ottawa has the worst. Put 2 and 2 together. This is going to be a Saskatchewan win. It's going to be, I think, going away myself. I'm going to go.
They do have Shake and Bake back and a new field goal kicker too. So
there you go. I'm going to go Saskatchewan.
What's wrong with their old one?
Saskatchewan. He's going to go play quarterback with Fajardo.
I need
Saskatchewan 55.
There. You got to let Charles talk. William.
Yeah,
yes,
damn
sir.
it. No, I'm just kidding.
You know what? All I'm going to say is if Saskatchewan loses this game, Saskatchewan's in trouble. Big time.
I agree.
Big time. Big time.
And so there's no way we're putting them at second in the power rankings next week.
Not anymore. No, not if they lose this one.
They shouldn't lose this game. And I've got to. Do you realize that in our game picks here, the difference between top and fourth place is 148 points. That's it.
Yep.
So I got to try and pick some games so that I can catch you guys, but this is not the game to pick that one.
No.
So
you just try to do a good score.
Yeah, I'm going to go Ottawa. What did Sparky pick Ottawa at? Or sorry, I'm going to go Saskatchewan.
Okay, you said Ottawa. I wrote down Ottawa, okay?
Saskatchewan. What did Sparky pick number-wise?
53.
53. I'll go 52.
Mike's got
okay. No, Mike said 52.
51.
You got to go 51 or go some higher.
51. 51.
Okay. Okay, the next game up is the Hamilton Tiger Cats into Toronto. Hamilton better be playing better football. I hope they're embarrassed after last week because that was disgusting what they did. They absolutely laid an egg. And so they're in Toronto. They better be playing better football. They're going to have some Ticat fans in the crowd because there won't be any Argo fans. So I'm picking the Ticats. I have to. But let's do this differently. No, do it the way I'm supposed to do it, which is the CFL writers. Everybody but Vicky Hall has taken the Ticats. Vicky, for some reason, took the Argos. FanDuel has Hamilton at 1.5 with an over-under of 57.5. Hamilton is 73%, Toronto 27 on the CFL pick. And Sparky Calculator has Hamilton at 59. CJ's taking Hamilton at 54. Hamilton's a better team. They're just downright better team. And I can't see them losing 2 back-to-back games. Not right now. They're not as good a team as what Rick likes to believe them to be, but they're better than the Argos. And where are we going from there? Rick, you get to go. You taking the Hamilton Tiger Cats like you did all year?
Well,
like
except
week
for
1 and week 2 when it was embarrassing?
Except for when they play the Bombers. Hamilton 58. Hamilton will not shit the bed 2 weeks in a row.
They can't. They can't. It's not right. Okay, William.
So tell me, I didn't get a chance to watch the BC Toronto game. How did Arbuckle look in that game?
Charles, you were at the game.
Yeah, Arbuckle actually played relatively well. He did throw the one interception. He seemed to be able to move the ball relatively well, at least between the 20s. They were having some issues getting into the end zone. He did get strip sacked at the end of the game there to kind of end any chance of Toronto winning. I wouldn't say he was horrible. He was up.
Did he
was
still
up
look?
around
Did he
300
still
yards.
look hurt or no?
He didn't seem to be too bad. No, I thought
Okay.
he was moving around pretty well, so I thought he looked all right.
Okay, I am gonna go with Toronto 52.
What was the score?
52.
52. Okay. Charles?
This one, as it was just a thing, I didn't think that the Argos looked all that bad last week. They did have issues getting the ball into the end zone, but they played relatively well. They kept the game closer than I was expecting. And Hamilton was just terrible last week. They were awful. In a game where I thought they were not only going to be, I thought they were going to win last week. I thought they were going to beat Winnipeg. And they looked dreadful. Going back, this is a tough call for me. I think Hamilton is going to bounce back. I still think when push comes to shove, they're a better team than the Argos. I don't think it's a huge gap. Certainly not as huge a gap as it looked like earlier this season. I think this one will be close, but I do think Hamilton will have enough to pull this out. I'll go Hamilton 46.
46. Okay. Hey, so Willie, you got a chance to get a game up on both of us there, eh?
Yeah.
Trying to catch us?
Yeah.
Sparky too, because he took the hammer. Mike.
I think the second half of the season, Hamilton has been struggling. They have not been playing as well as they did the first half of the year. And Toronto has improved from the beginning of the season. They've made marginal improvements. And with Arbuckle being able to play, like Will said, with Arbuckle being able to play, I'm going to go with Toronto 51.
Toronto 51. Okay. Just before Scott goes, you guys notice that we're now in week 18 and the Chad Kelly return from week 7 is 3 months past?
He's not coming back.
He's not coming back this year.
I
Is
don't-
he
I-
coming back at all?
I don't
Ever.
think we'll
Ever.
see him play in the CFL. I think he's finished.
I think some people
I
pick
did
him
not
up,
see
and
him
some
on the
people will be
sidelines
desperate.
in Vancouver.
What's that?
Second straight.
I didn't see him on the
CJ.
sideline in Vancouver. Was he there?
Yeah. Not that I saw.
Okay. Okay, Scott.
I think this one here, Hamilton has to win it. Got totally embarrassed by Winnipeg, but they also came out collectively and said this, and it's true. Records don't mean nothing. They're in the playoffs, but it doesn't mean nothing unless they win. So I have Hamilton at 55.
Hamilton at 55. There you go. Hamilton is they're playing for their home playoff game right now. They need to do that. Montreal's going to be breathing down their neck really quickly. And Toronto's fighting for a playoff position. They're trying to eliminate the crossover. And I don't think they're going to be able to do it. So we'll see what happens. So this third game, maybe the most debatable one, but the CFL writers have taken the BC Lions straight across the board. Okay, not even close. They just boom. No love to Calgary at all. FanDuel has BC at 3.5 with an over/under 55.5. CFL Pick'em has BC at 84%. Calgary at 16. Sparky Calculator, Sparky the Calgary Stampeders fan, has taken the BC Lions at 57. CJ is going to take the homer pick and go with the BC Lions at 54 points. BC's a better team. Just my opinion. We'll see what happens. Calgary has not been playing well as of late, and it's been a long time, actually. They lost that Labor Day rematch
3 games
to Edmonton.
3 games.
3-game losing streak here. Vernon Adams has not played spectacular. And it's crunch time. BC, Calgary, and Winnipeg are all tied at 8 wins apiece this season. So it's a matter of right now. Are you getting a home playoff game, or are you going to be crossing over? It's that close right now. We don't know which one's which. So it's going to be a tough playoff run right now. Every game matters. Nobody's resting anybody. That was a discussion we had earlier about players are going to be resting now. No, nobody's resting any players. There is not a single position that is confirmed yet in week 18, which is great. I love it. Okay? Doesn't mean it's parity. It means it's mass mediocrity.
What it means is you're not going to have those games at the end of the year where they don't play anybody and the games are shitty, because this could come down right to the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It could come down to the end of the year. But, week 21, things could change really quickly. Saskatchewan needs a win or a loss. Their magic number is 2 right now, and they're guaranteed first place.
Yeah.
So they have to win 1, and then the other teams have to lose 1, or Saskatchewan has to win 2. So we're still going to be tight for another 2 weeks at least after this. So
I have one
week 20 is going to be important.
I have one question. You would know this, CJ. What was the last team not to make the playoffs that had an MOP quarterback? CJ?
Oh, I don't know. I can't answer that.
I know it.
Okay, who was it?
With the Edmonton Elks, or back then they were the Edmonton Eskimos.
And who was the quarterback?
Mike Riley.
When they were 4-32 or whatever.
4-13 or 4-14 or whatever.
4-14.
But he put up
4-14. Mike Riley
stats that he won the MOP.
Actually, you know what? No. I'm going to answer the question for you, Will. It was 2024. It was Bo Levi Mitchell, and it was the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Had an MOP quarterback that missed the playoffs. He should have won the MOP last year.
He didn't win MOP.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda. I want to know who won it, actually won it. So
nobody's won it and missed the playoffs.
Mike Riley.
Mike Riley did.
Well, soon
did he win it?
It's going to be Cody Fajardo.
Oh, okay. My bad.
It's going to be Fajardo in 2025.
Anyways.
It's not the fucking hope. Ricky.
Okay, go ahead, Ricky.
I am going to go Stampeders 58.
Thank you, Ricky.
Calgary 58. I don't know why you keep sucking up to you, Will.
Actually, I'm just trying to close the gap, and I think
I'm
Close the gap. The
I'm
gap
Ricky's
is like the Grand Canyon.
I'm Ricky's favorite brother.
a 1,000-mile journey begins with just one step, and I think Calgary is going to get their mojo back.
Okay. Scotty, what are you going to do? BC Calgary.
Calgary might start playing better, but BC's offense is playing well. Their defense, everything is clicking right now for BC, and it's doing the reversing. It's going to be BC, and I'm going to say 60.
Did you say 50 or 60?
60.
60. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Mike.
I am totally bought into BC Lions getting to the Grey Cup. I think that they're putting it all together at the right time. They've got the best quarterback in the league. Their defense is improved. Calgary, on the flip side, has just been declining for the last 4 weeks. So I have to choose BC in 62.
62.
High
Okay,
scoring.
I have a question. I have a question for you there, Mike. You did just say that BC has the best quarterback in the league at this moment.
He didn't say MOP. He said best quarterback.
He's got to be the MOP then, right?
No, he doesn't.
No,
You can't be
Levi
picking
was the best
Cody
quarterback
Fajardo
last year,
guy
and he wasn't
if you
the
got
MOP.
Nathan Rourke in there.
So,
Well, to be honest, the best quarterback, and it should be Fajardo. I'm sorry, I screwed
and
up.
I was going to
Oh.
mention the other
yeah.
thing Mike said was that Calgary hasn't played well for the last 4 weeks. Well, the first win of that last 4 weeks was against Edmonton, I think it was. Yeah, that's what it was. So I guess Edmonton wasn't playing well either. So just saying.
Charles?
Well, I'm going to be fair to you, Will. Calgary's my second favorite team in the league. I really don't. I'm not enjoying this streak.
You're not a CFL fan if you just said that, Mike.
No,
Why?
you can't be.
Because
the
you
two
can't
of
be
them,
an
you cannot like
Edmonton
both
fan
teams.
and a Calgary fan. You cannot
can't.
be. They're in the same
No.
province. They hate each other's guts.
Yeah, no, that doesn't work.
I'm an
That's like
American.
Sorry.
Saskatchewan.
I'm an American. What can I say? I didn't know that.
Oh, you don't
Yeah,
want to. You don't want to leave that out there, Mike. That you're an
Yeah,
American.
don't no.
Don't,
Okay.
Calgary's
don't say
not
that.
your second team.
Sorry.
Charles, Cliff,
Yeah.
pick a team, pick a score.
Ooh. Well, surprise, surprise, I'm going to pick the Lions.
Really?
Don't look over my shoulder here, but there's a little bit of a hint. Honestly, to be fair, in week 4 or 5, if you'd have told people that on October the 4th, the Lions were playing Calgary and the winner could end up in second place, they'd have probably looked at you like you were on fire, because quite frankly, in week 4 or 5, these teams looked like they were polar opposites or whatever, because Calgary was rolling and BC was struggling mightily. The tables have completely flipped in the last month, where the Lions have been rolling and Calgary has been in a free fall. In particular, Calgary's defense has looked terrible since Labor Day. And yeah, they brought in Lorenzo Malden. That's a good pickup. He can't just step in like that. Probably he'll do that, but he's going to take some time to get up to speed in that defense. I just think this is set up for a BC win at home. I think the Lions had a bit of an off week last week with Nathan Rourke in the offense. I simply don't expect that to happen 2 weeks in a row. Last time, a few weeks ago, BC put 50-plus points on them. I'm not saying they're going to do that again, but it looked like they had pretty good read on the Calgary defense. And you know what? Again, it's going to be Vernon Adams coming back to BC Place for the first time as a visitor since playing here. The problem is, and we've seen it, and I think we saw it 2 weeks ago, that in big games like this, Vernon Adams can get himself overhyped. I think we saw that 2 weeks ago. We saw it a few times here in BC. I think it can happen again. No offense to him, but it seems to happen. So I'm going to take the Lions to win this one. I'll go BC with an even 50.
5-0. There you
Yes.
go. Willie, you're it.
Yeah, I'm it. I think I'm gonna, after this week, if Calgary loses, I think I'm gonna start cheering for Saskatchewan. You heard what I said. I'm gonna start
Fuck
cheering
off.
for
I
Saskatchewan.
don't believe you.
Believe it or not,
Not
because
buying that.
if Calgary has any pride whatsoever, they should be like chomping at the bit for this game, because the game in Calgary against BC was the worst game I've seen them play in 10 years. It was horrible. They weren't even there. Okay. So, and as far as Malden goes, Charles, he's a defensive lineman. You point him in the right direction and say, there's the quarterback, and he's good. Okay.
Fair enough.
It's pretty simple.
There's still schemes.
Yeah, I know there's schemes, but he's a run stopper. And, well, BC, I guess they'll run sometimes if Nathan Rourke wants them to. Anyways, I am going to pick the Calgary Stampeders, and I am going to go with 53. Is that right, Christopher?
It's up for grabs. You can have 53 if you want.
53, please.
Yeah. Okay. We do have some high scores in here. Mike went 62 and Scott's up there in 60. We do have some low scores down there at 53 and 50 with Charles. So you guys are going under with the over-under at 55. 55, yeah, 55.5. CJ's gone under as well. Wow, there you go. Everybody else went over. Interesting game. I don't expect it to be as high scoring as what the last one was.
And if it is, Calgary is done for the year. You don't have to watch them anymore.
No.
It's over. Unless they cross over. I don't know.
Well, one of them's going to cross over.
Yep.
Right? One of them has to cross over.
Has the decline with Calgary been due to injuries?
Every team has injuries, Mike.
You use injuries for an excuse, and we're not going to talk to you very nicely.
No.
Okay.
Next man up.
I don't care. Unless your number one quarterback is out for an extended period of time, you've got no fucking
That's why
us.
Montreal is the dark horse. They could run through the whole league and win the Grey Cup.
Yeah.
If Alexander stays healthy.
Yeah.
Because they have the same defense they had from 2 years ago, and that's a killer defense.
Yeah. And I don't understand what happened to Calgary's defense, because they were so solid at the beginning of the season. And
but maybe they ran a defense.
Times we had said that Calgary had the best defense in the league, and they have not the last 4 weeks.
Maybe teams have adjusted to their defense, and their defense hasn't adjusted to teams.
Maybe it.
It could be that simple. Okay.
Are they tired of playing for Adams, though, too?
Sorry?
I'm wondering if they're kind of getting tired of playing for Vernon Adams, because, not going to lie, I kind of would.
I don't know.
I'm not buying that one.
Even on Vernon Adams' worst day, he's better than Jake Mayer, hands down.
Yeah.
Okay,
oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
They have a better chance of winning with Vernon Adams, even if he's crippled. So.
Okay, but hang on. Vernon Adams is probably one of the nicest human beings that's playing football in the CFL right now. And everybody on his team, wherever he is, adores him.
Sure they do.
Okay? Yeah. So he's just a super nice guy. And for anybody to say that the team won't play for him is just bullshit.
I did say that incorrect.
But on the other hand, wasn't Saskatchewan's place kicker popular with his teammates too?
I mean, Paul
until a little while ago. No, not Paul McCallum, the other guy.
Oh, Brett Lowther was adored.
Yeah, there you go. So, I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna jump over to the Let's Talk thing and see what Charles gave us on the agenda, because he did some stuff. We did have the Calgary Stampeders have acquired defensive lineman Lorenzo Mulder, the fourth,
Malden.
by a trade with
Malden.
Ottawa. And the trade was for a fourth rounder.
Yep.
I mean, this is a rental player.
Yep.
No, you got
You
nothing
might-
for him. You might as well
You
have
might
got
as
a
well have
bag of
given them
hammer handles.
You should have just given them a couple of empty 2-liter pop bottles. That's about the same value as a 4th-round pick in the CFL draft.
I saw his interview
Sorry
today
to
in
say it.
Calgary, and he was in a team building thing in Ottawa, and he walked out of the team building thing, got called to the coach's office, and got traded. So
It quickly became Team Jenga.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Good move for Calgary. I applaud them actually putting in some effort to find some players at the end of the season.
and I think he's a
And-
replacement. He's a placement for Florin Omalajaho or what Flo, okay, who got hurt for the whole season 2 games ago.
You're pronouncing guys like CJ does.
Yes, I know. It's catchy.
Wow. Okay. All 9 CFL teams respond to whether fans have canceled tickets over rule change.
That
Really?
was hilarious.
I didn't see this article.
Did you read it?
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
No.
It's
Is it funny?
hilarious. Yes,
There's
I
a
think
lot
it's
of
funny.
people basically saying yes.
BC has
Okay.
had 9 phone calls about canceling season tickets. 9. Okay.
Well, there's 9 people out there that are on the right path, okay?
If you're a football fan, why would you even consider canceling your season ticket over a rule change?
Hey, Mike, here's the difference in that, okay? Willie over here,
Yes.
okay? And Rick down here, they're football fans, okay?
Yeah.
They follow football. Doesn't matter whether it's the CFL, NFL, high school, youth sports, whatever. So they're used to going from one set of rules to another in their head, okay? Because each league has different rules. Okay, do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So changing the rules in one league doesn't affect another league, doesn't affect the way that they watch football because Will watches the O-line. Okay. It really doesn't matter what's happening on the rest of the field. He watches the O-line. So as long as the field goal posts doesn't matter to him where they are because the O-linemen rarely get to play with the field goal posts. Okay. So the difference is, and why I have been so animated about this whole thing, I am not a football fan. Okay? I am not. I am a CFL fan. If it's not CFL football, I couldn't give a shit. I don't watch high school. I don't watch youth sports. I can't even name the youth sports teams in Canada. I don't know them. I honestly don't know them. Okay? I can't name the NFL teams. Maybe 6 of them. Okay? Maybe 6. I couldn't give a shit. I just know the CFL teams, and that's what I follow. So when you start changing my rules to my game, I get fucking pissed. That's why I'm upset about it and why Rick doesn't give a shit.
I agree.
Does that make sense?
I just didn't think that
Each your own.
I didn't think that the rule changes were that significant myself.
Oh,
They're huge.
Mike, are you gonna get them going again? Don't, please.
And for the record,
Please.
CJ, I would give a shit if some rule of substance was changed.
Yes. Oh, stop it, all of you! Don't.
This is gonna
Don't.
turn out to be a
No.
long podcast again.
I gotta go get chickens, so I'm not
Just
going
my
down this
opinion.
path, okay? I gotta go pick up some chickens.
And we
It
don't
was
want them
one
to take
big
it out
team.
on the chickens either. So let's.
What? CJ would choke his chicken?
I wasn't going to go there. I really wasn't. I regret saying what I said.
That's another off-season topic.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
miss
see,
that show,
Off
fans.
season.
long as he
Clinching
doesn't slap
doesn't
him.
mean shit. Playoff-bound Hamilton Tiger Cats whipped into new mentality. Oh my God, who writes this shit?
People that need to fill pages.
It was a boring week.
It's a 3-down article. Who's surprised? Nobody. Okay.
I'm surprised, CJ. I'm surprised you didn't reply to Brendan McGuire's 3-down article about the rule changes. He did
You
quite
were
an
telling people not to get him started.
quite an extensive article, so you should look for it.
He wrote an article. I will go read his article, and I will come back at him if he's being sappy.
Oh boy.
Okay, and I will. I'll take him to task on it. CFL, the Elks, and the CFL mourn the loss of the owner, Larry Thompson. We kind of touched base on this last week. Very sad situation. Actually, I don't know. It happened after our podcast, didn't it?
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
I think the day after, if I'm not mistaken.
So this is the brand new
2
owner
days.
to the Elks.
Only a
He
year
just
old.
bought the team. It was been a community-owned team since its inception, and that's a long time ago. And so he came in. They were going to go bankrupt. The team was going to fold. He came in with a bucket full of money, rescued them, did some changes, and well liked.
I think
Well liked by the community, the fans, the team. I think the time that they didn't like him is when he was driving that little fire truck around and they went through the opposing benches. That was one of the things that they
didn't like him, but
yeah. I thought it was funny as hell driving around in this miniature fire truck. But anyhow, Larry Thompson sadly passed away. What was he, 58 years old or something like this?
65.
It was
65, I
65.
think.
Sorry, yeah, he's just slightly older than us. Yeah, it's very sad. No, it's younger than you, Rick.
Same age.
Same age. Okay, there you go. Sad situation. It's we never like to see. We have lost 3 owners in the last couple of years. Not a good thing. We lost David Braley, and we lost Wetnall over in Montreal. Wetall? What's his name?
Wetall.
Wetall.
Mark Wetnall. Wettall's the guy that used to be on the show. His name was
Wetnall.
Robert Wetnall.
That's right. Okay. Moving down the list here, CFL receives Canadian and international interest in possible expansion franchise ownership, says the commissioner. If he puts a fucking CFL team anywhere in Europe, I will go and assassinate him. Okay? Well, you cannot do that.
I don't know if he was talking about Europe. I think he was talking more United States, international.
No.
I don't believe he was
says
talking about Europe.
It says, Canadian and international interest. Okay,
Right.
It's United States. Okay, hopefully. I don't know what city in Canada wants to put a football team. I know that there should be some, maybe London, maybe Windsor, but nobody has a stadium. And nobody's going to build a stadium in Canada. So
that's the problem.
That is the problem. That's
He might
why
be
we're
getting
going to have an
interest,
American
but-
expansion. And I'm all for American expansion. I think it's absolutely what needs to happen. It is the only thing that is going to save the Canadian League. Okay? But I do not believe it should be at the expense of our game.
Well, one thing it will do is if it does expand into America, they're going to have to get rid of the ratio rule to make it fair for all the teams in the league to compete.
You would think, but they didn't do it last time.
Why? Why didn't they?
Well, mainly
They didn't
because
have
mainly because last time the guys doing the expansion should have been better suited to being a clown show at a circus, because the guys with Larry Smith and all those idiots running the asylum back there, willing to give a franchise to anyone that handed them a check with no proper vetting process. But this time, if they are going to do U.S. expansion, do it properly. Don't rush it. I know they had to because they were running out of money.
We only
in the
need
90s.
one team. We only need one team. And I don't care where it is. It can be a West Coast team, and we'll just punt Winnipeg back to the Eastern Division where they belong.
Mhm. I mean, I've always thought, and this is probably being a smile to Mike's face, I've always thought Portland would be a perfect
we all
would be
do.
a perfect city for the CFL. It's got a natural rivalry there with the BC Lions being on the West Coast. It's in a city that, quite frankly, you're not going to get an NFL team coming there. It's not big enough. I think they've got a stadium there that they could properly put a field. Well, I mean, I guess anyone now is because they're changing the size of the field. But I think it's a city that makes a lot of sense, not only for geographical reasons, but for reasons totally. Like I said, Baltimore was successful last time in the CFL. They were really the only ones. But they were a city that was quite clearly wanting an NFL team even before they would go there. There's no such thing in Portland about getting an NFL team. Yeah, there's probably people that have a pipe dream. It's not going to go. The NFL's not going to Portland. They'd have done it by now. So the next best thing, go to a CFL team. I think that makes a lot of sense there. And then any of the borders places, like maybe Idaho, maybe South Dakota up there, other places that aren't going to get NFL teams, especially if they're close to the Canadian border, because then you're not straying too far. Don't go to places like Vegas and stuff like that, like they did last time.
I think the perfect city would be, besides Portland, I'm prejudiced. I'd be
Is
the
St.
first.
Louis.
I would be the first season ticket holder if it came to Portland, but St. Louis is a logical place.
That's another, yeah.
And the NFL is never going to go back to St. Louis. Never.
No, it's failed there twice.
And it's clear that city is hungry for football.
I've been purporting St. Louis for the last couple of years. They pulled the Rams out of there. I'm losing again. Yeah. Poor network quality.
Hey, Mike, I think we should compromise. Mike, maybe you should move to Edmonton. What do you think?
You know, the way our situation here is in America, I've been thinking about moving to Canada.
I would say something, but I can't say that on air. Anyways,
Fajardo can be roommates.
I'll text you my answer later, Mike.
Okay. I'll tell you, if we put a team in Portland, if we put a team in Portland, the first expansion pick for Portland has to be Cody Fajardo.
Sold.
I don't want to handicap the poor team.
Right now, CJ, you've frozen. It's in the perfect. Okay, you moved again.
Both times have been in the perfect moment.
Yeah, the look on his face there when Mike said that he was perfect place to freeze.
Yeah, I haven't had internet the last couple of days. I don't know what it is. It's atmospheric interference on my Starlink.
Your
Portland Pirates.
Your facial expressions when I mention the word Fajardo are just priceless.
There it is again.
Especially when he freezes like that.
Yep.
It's useless.
Like right now.
He's literally useless.
Like right now.
We can take pot shots at him.
We now break from our regular programming due to technical difficulties.
It's like he's having a heart attack.
Okay. So
there we go. You're still frozen, buddy.
I like CJ that way.
I think he was trying to talk, but then he cut off again.
Anything else anybody wants to say? Have you got anything to add to this show?
No, sir.
No, sir.
I think I'm good.
We're good?
We're good.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. Now we've gone silent. Hey, Mike's got a cat.
We're gonna sign off then. I'm gonna go get my
Chicken. Go choke your chickens,
Go
Mike.
get your chickens.
Yeah.
CJ.
Just don't slap them.
I just got a text message. She's about 45 minutes away. Talking to you from Merritt, British Columbia. And they're able to get what's he got? He's got a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
seriously?
Yeah.
What? You're not an animal lover? You live on a farm. Come
That's
on.
as bad as Cody Fajardo.
Yeah.
You got a cat in the house?
Yes, I got
Of
2
course.
of them.
2 of them.
Cats are house
Hey, good
pets.
night.
Of course. Where else would you have it?
They're
All
on the
ours are
barn.
outside.
Okay, let's go around the table and say goodnight.
I'm trying to get Mike to say goodnight. Did he do that?
Good
I don't
night.
think so.
Good night, CJ. Have
William.
a good one.
Good night, everybody. Watch football this weekend. There's only 3 games, but that's 3 games that you didn't get to watch before. So go for it. Go Calgary.
Rick. Some
Good
teams
night.
have 4, I think.
Good night. Thanks for watching.
Okay. Scott.
Have a good night, everyone. Go Riders.
Oh, Riders. Where are they going?
They're gonna win.
Charles.
Go Riders and don't come back. Good night, everyone. I'm looking forward to this weekend's game, especially the BC Calgary game Saturday at what they're calling the Gravy Bowl because it's the last home game before Thanksgiving, and they're going to be serving turkey before. So whatever. Good night, folks. Enjoy these weekend's games. We'll talk to you next week.
You are going to the game, though, Charles, are you?
Yes, I am, of course.
He's going to hang out with Stevie.
Yeah, Sparky's going to
Okay.
go. We might run into
Steve
him.
going
Who
to be
knows?
there?